Usually it should be the last resort. So there are a couple of reasons why associations should foreclose. The first reason is that if there are a number of owners within a particular development, a particular association that don't pay their dues, then when budget time comes and expenses are due and possibly reserves that need to be funded, the other members are going to have to make up for that. So the association has a fiduciary duty to make sure that people are paying their dues and that they are not delinquent. You know, sometimes when I represent an association, I'll have board members that will say, well, you know, we're kind of in a position where we don't want to spend the money on a foreclosure, even if we get the property back. And, you know, we don't really see another reason to foreclose. And I'll tell them, well, you may not. I mean, it may be a good business decision on your part. I said, however, you have to understand that members talk to one another. So if they're thumbing their nose at you and, you know, I'm next door to somebody that I talk to and they say, well, I haven't paid my dues and you know, 3 quarters. And yeah, they sent me a nasty letter, but, you know, they haven't really done anything about it. And then that kind of gets contagious. And pretty soon, you know, you can't pay the bills and you can't keep up with the common areas because nobody's paying their dues. So, you know, I try and when I represent associations is to take a lot of factors into account. Another one is whether or not there are other encumbrances that are on the property, namely a mortgage. If there's a mortgage on the property, it doesn't mean that you don't necessarily foreclose, but certainly that's a factor to consider, and that could be a whole talk in and of itself as to the reasons why you would either take a property with a mortgage or not take a property with a mortgage on it. But certainly that is an option out there. So, you know, there are reasons to foreclose. There are certainly reasons to not foreclose. It all just depends kind of on it depends on the economic situation that we're in. It depends on the economic situation that the particular association's in. It depends on the particular property. So there are all these different factors that kind of come into play to make that determination. And so the best thing is to have counsel that practices in that kind of an area that can evaluate and give a good analysis to the association so the board can make the best decision.